Question 1. So I'm Maddie, nice to meet you.
And I'm Shamira, nice to meet you.
And today we have a Sharks player with us.
Hello everyone, my name is Renaldo Mulitalo. Obviously play for NRL, Cronulla Sharks, so thank you very much for having me, appreciate it.
No worries, thank you for joining us. So could you tell us what your heritage is?
I was born in New Zealand, but I am of Samoan heritage. My parents are both Samoan, my mum's American Samoan and my dad's Samoan, so they're all the same kind of thing, but like I said, born in New Zealand, very proud Kiwi and a very proud Samoan man, so I'm lucky to be here in this country, so very blessed.
Could you tell us a bit about where you grew up?
So I grew up in a place called South Auckland in New Zealand, and a little town called Otara. It was good. Everyone looked kind of like me, brown skin, and everyone kind of liked the same things. And it wasn't probably a town where many good happened, but I learned so much about myself, about life kind of thing, life experiences, and I probably saw things that most kids probably shouldn't at that time. But I still look back at that time and think I was pretty lucky to first of all come out of it alive, and then second of all be very proud of it. And
as a young person like myself, it's a bit umming and ahhing of a definition. So do you want to tell me how you would define casual racism?
I'll put it as simple as I can for everyone. It's casual jokes. We spoke about it, like people just saying, "Oh, it's alright, mate. It's only a joke." Like whatever you think is a joke and a casual joke may not be a joke to me or to a friend or anyone else that is suffering from racial comments and abuse. So,
but how would you call it?
I would call it out by saying that's not funny. But I don't care. Like I'm one of those people. Obviously, everyone handles it the same way. Like I think I'll pull them to the side and go, oh, "Look, I get you're trying to be whatever you are, funny prankster, blah blah blah." But to me, that's where I draw the line in the sand. And I've done it to mates before. I said, "Oh, look, like it's all well and good that you think it's funny, but he didn't like it, or he didn't like it, and I didn't like it." So it's so weird that you got to argue about what is racist and what is not. Like I feel like if someone deems that as racism to them and it hurts them, then it's racism. I think you need to address that right there and then. And I'm not condoning violence, none of that. I do condone addressing it and making sure that we communicate with each other, because that's important. Communication is important. So,
have you ever experienced racism?
I probably won't touch too much on names and that, but also a close friend, and those ones really hurt. I think. I think when your own people go against you, you don't expect it, so it kind of catches you off guard, and so that's probably one thing that I struggled with when it came to that situation, and you just kind of don't expect it.
What did it look like? Could you describe what it looked like?
Mine was actually through a message that I got after a game. Obviously, you're not going to play your best games every weekend, and one game I struggled, and fair enough, I'm an athlete and that's my job. But then I saw a message pop up in a group chat, and it was one of my close mates. It was a close friends group, and what was said was, I can't repeat it, and I don't want to repeat it. It's disgusting. So,
if you don't mind talking about how it made you feel,
feeling like you're on the outer of everyone else and you're the odd one out. It kind of took me back on seeing it, and I think it hurt me more that some of my mates just laughed about it in there, and that probably annoyed me and hurt me. So I'm one of those people that are pretty strong and who I am, and I'm a pretty outgoing person, and but when it does come into question about what colour my skin is, and it does get a bit fiery.
How would you handle racism?
First of all, like I said, I'm a proud person. I'm proud of my culture, proud of my heritage, and I'm an outspoken person, so I try to hit the nail on the head straight away. And not everyone's going to like that confrontation, though, you know what I mean? So finding a balance of it, I try and find a balance of confronting it and not being too aggressive with it. First thing, I took myself out of the situation before anything else happened, left the group chat, addressed him privately. I probably don't consider him a close friend anymore, and that's all right. That's all right. If he's going to stand for that, then so be it. But that's not who the person I want to be, and you got to have time to reflect on what's been said and what's been done and the damage that it's caused, right? And it does cut. You still have those scars of it. But
do you feel like you can go to one of your teammates or club about someone being racist towards you or your immediate family?
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I've got a strong support system. I've got an awesome club behind me that love me to death, and vice versa. So I've always felt like I've been confident enough to go to the club, to my coaches, to my peers at work, and go back to my parents as well. I'm best friends with my mum, so I like to talk to her about it. Things like that come up, and she's always there to give me confidence in what I am and who I am. So I've got almost four base pillars there for myself to fall back on if anything goes wrong. And now that I'm a bit older, and I've got the tools around me to help myself, it's probably come a bit easier to handle and address.
What impact does racism have on individuals, communities, and society in general?
Our racism just divides, and I think that's what it's caused to do, is to divide certain groups, right? And it's disappointing when it happens, and that it is still a thing that we're talking about in this day. And we have come a long way in society, but we've still got so much more to go, and try and rub it out of our society and our lives.
So it's a tough question, but why do you think people are racist?
I think, when you're born, you put two different skin coloured babies together. They know nothing about each other, but they'll hug each other, they'll play with each other, you know what I mean? And I think it's a generational thing that's probably been taught and needs to stop somewhere, and we need to start educating our young kids about it. I think that's where the work needs to be done.
Yeah. If you had the power to stop racism, what would you change?
What was I meant to say again? Can you roll that back? Cut.
You made it to the last question.
I made it to the last question.
If you had the power to stop racism, what would you change?
Yeah, obviously more education around it. Us at Cronulla Sharks have an anti-racism program that we run in the schools around our area, as well as calling it out for what it is. We got to be honest with each other, and I think that's the best way to do it as well. And just being able to accept each other's cultures and diversity, and I think sports is a good way of promoting it even more. But I still think that the real work's done in our community, in our society, and I feel like us. Take the athlete away. I think us as people, as humans, it's a team. At the end of the day, we're all humans. That's our team, really. It's not Sharks. It's not whoever you are. It's the human race as a team. So I hope that everyone goes away from listening today, and obviously the programs that you guys run as well, and just takes responsibility in their own education of racism and what it is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was good to talk.
Well done.